boy. Hold on.
It's booty.
Some booty cheeks.
Unless Mango somehow likes it, I'm gonna cry. If Mango somehow likes it.
Oh, if I somehow like it, you're gonna cry. Wow.
I'm gonna cry if you like somehow happen to like the skins.
And there's a female version of that too, Cesar.
Bet.
It looks even worse.
If you looked at it yet.
Hold on, I will in a minute. Can I delete this thing now? No, quit it. Bad game.
Yeah, there's gotta be a clue about this big dinosaur foot.
Next season, there's gonna be dinosaurs. Yep.
Wait,
what the heck?
Dinosaur.
What
yeah, you see it?
No, not yet. I just did something so
Oh.
dumb. My phone's being really dumb right now.
Your phone's always been dumb. I'm just gonna point that out real quick. All of our phones have been dumb, actually, if you think about it.
My phone hasn't been dumb.
Blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares.
Just saying.
I want a blue revolver. Just what I need.
There we go.
Blue revolvers are good, dude. I don't know what you mean.
Alright, let me check this scrubby thing you sent me. Let me invite you to our blue screen real quick. If it works, that is. Oh, there it is. Whoa, what is this? There we go. Hold on, guys. I'll look at it in a minute. No, I'm talking to the. Hold on. Where are you? What the heck have you not? Oh, there it is. Hold on, it's loading on my phone. Oh, I saw this already.
Yeah, the skins were leaked. That's right.
No.
Booty.
I was like some ew, boy. Boy, finally a good game. Exactly, it is a very good game. Welcome name. Welcome, Elizer.
Yep, okay.
Elizer.
I'll
I'm sorry
bring
if
on
I
the
butchered
Titanfall
that
to your
name.
next
I
match.
always do. Alright, you ready, name? Name. You ready? Dark?
Invite me to your game, Cesar, when you're done. When you guys are done.
Alright, boy. Welcome, everybody. Oh, we got Fabian in here as well. Oh my god. We're streaming, by the way.
God.
He hears the...
No, just I don't know what I'm really like.
Tired?
I got issues going on right now. I don't know what to do.
You got what?
Issues.
What's happening, boy? Is it for Saturday?
Yeah, I bought the KI pass online.
Yeah.
The golden pass.
Yeah.
But like now, I don't know how it's supposed to work. Like it says, take it up to like the
I'm
main.
done.
Bro,
Have you
why
not been a
is
KI
that?
before?
One time, but I was there for 30 minutes because
I've
like
been in one of my streams
Okay,
for a
yeah,
long
you're
time.
not. Then
well, welcome.
you should. You
Or-
should live in
stream in
Ohio
general?
if you haven't been to KI.
no, it's just that I haven't been. I went one time, but the thing is that like there was a big ass argument, so I had to leave and I wasn't able to go back anymore.
So do you not know where like the entrance is where you get your thing renewed?
I know that. It's just like I bought it online. Okay.
Yeah, so you got your
They
pass
give you a
already,
code.
right?
Basically, sort of like it's a voucher, sort of. So I have to go take it up to the thingy. They scan it, and I don't know if they give me my pass then.
No, you have your pass already. You're supposed to
You
have
have
it
your pass
still.
already. You just gotta get like you just gotta have your picture on file. So like when you check in your pass at the main entrance and they scan it, you'll show up.
All right, so they won't give me a card or anything. I
No,
just have
you
it on my
already
phone?
have it. You're supposed
You
to
have
have
your card.
Yeah.
That's
you have it.
it's not even a card. It's like here. I'll send you a picture of it. Hold on.
No,
Is it
you're
a-
supposed.
is it-
No,
is
I know what you're talking
is
about,
it
but you're supposed to
papers?
have the card. Period. Already. Where is it? Where's the last one you had? Did you ever buy one?
No, I made a new one. I signed up for a new one because like, I never had one. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So here, I'm gonna
Yeah, you should already have it still.
yeah.
Here, I'm gonna send it to Mr. I'm gonna send it to Mr. Woods. Here, hold on.
All right.
This is what I got. This is what I got when I finished
Oh,
when I bought
boy.
it. Like here. Just check your thingy.
Okay.
Can I get up there? No, I cannot. Let's
That's
go,
what I'm
Dark.
saying. Like I don't know. It says I have to go take it up to the main like to like the front desk place where like you buy your ticket for the day. And show it to them. They scan it. So I don't know if they give me the card then.
What?
Yeah, that's the
What?
code that, or that's like the whatchamacallit, not the code, but like the like yeah,
The
basic
voucher thingy?
code or like yeah, voucher. Yeah, you have that. You take it there, and then they should like I think they'll give you your card with that same exact code on it, and then they'll take your picture, and then they'll have your picture on file.
On who? He's
Alrighty.
using a smart pistol, boy.
All right.
Oh,
Mr.
smart
Woods, you
pistol.
just saved my fucking ass. Like Jesus Christ. Like that was like. I've been stressing about this for like the past 20 minutes.
Oh, now you just come and join us.
Just
to
about
discuss.
KI pass.
Oh,
Yeah, because like I said, I just paid for it and I can't renew it or get refunds, and that's like a whole fucking 100 something down the drain. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
I mean, I just wasted $20. I'm paying every month, but I mean, still, that's besides the point.
ooh.
Because if they don't accept it, then I don't know what to tell you if they don't accept it. But you should like do that before.
Alright, okay. Enough of talking
beforehand.
about KI. This is not what we're talking
Shut
about.
up.
KI's
Hey,
not.
welcome to Chaos Stream, my dudes.
No, that's a lame place. Never.
Yeah, I know. What, KI?
Yeah.
So do you even have a KI pass?
No,
Or have
I
you-
never
have you
got
gone
one
before?
anymore. I was like, nope,
Have you-
not wasting
have you
no
been there
money on
before?
there. Yeah, multiple times. I don't like it. I'm like, ew.
I'm like the only fucking one that's like barely ever been there. It's like
Right,
sad.
welcome everybody. Okay, now everybody, we're here to discuss about.
What do you mean you don't like it?
We're
You're an
gonna
idiot if you don't like
discuss.
it.
Nah, it's just boring, dude. I can't like it. I don't know why. It's just like you do like the same thing all the time. I'm like some. You know what I mean? Welcome everybody. Holy cow! Jesus, you guys are joining fast. We got Mema staff in here now. All right, guys, let's talk. Let's talk real stuff. Alrighty.
Real shit.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I'm done with this garbage ass game.
Good job, Joey. That's what happens when you play a lot of
God.
Fortnite.
Welcome to the
Guys.
stream, guys.
That's what happens when you
This
play a
game
lot of
is
Fortnite.
so fucking retarded.
Who we got in
Alrighty.
stream right now?
We got 7 people. We got Ethan.
Please
we
finish your
got-
matchup. I really want to get this shitty thing over with.
It won't be done for another 11 and a half minutes.
Yeah.
I really don't care as long as we just get it done.
Eliza.
You have no idea what's going on. Well, what we're doing is we're gonna discuss some stuff
fucking
about
game.
Titanfall 2 and what we should be doing, and Titanfall 3 and what the channel is gonna be about now.
All right, time for discussion. You're so fucking cringy, Hatar.
Hey, at least I
Okay,
get
guys,
people.
we're doing today.
Welcome
We're gonna do
everybody.
a anime cosplay channel, my dudes. That's
No,
that's the
Fabian,
first
shut your
topic.
mouth. Nobody cares
All
about
right,
you.
time for discussion.
Cosplay is the only thing you like, and that's pretty weird.
Just to fuck up. That's a fucking lie, by the way.
No, you know you love cosplay. Jesus, welcome
Bullshit.
everybody. We are gonna. Okay, let's just wait. Okay, once I see everybody, then we'll discuss the matters that what's gonna happen with this channel. What we're gonna be doing with Titanfall 3. Well, what we're looking forward to, and how we're doing
Oh my
Titanfall
fucking
2
God,
and
I'm
different
so
stuff.
fucked.
You know what I mean? If you know what I mean,
I'm
guys.
so fucked.
Why? What's wrong?
I forgot to do my fucking home project.
Good job.
Well, I mean, he is
been
Fabian.
doing research
What do you
for-
expect from him?
I've been doing research for the past 3 days, and I forgot to. I started on it, but like I forgot to like do it ish.
Yeah. Oof. Alrighty, hold on. Let's see what we got here. Why don't you just make a video about this instead of streaming with interruptions, Omeo? I know.
Don't worry about it. Let him do what he wants to do.
If memes are involved, then I'm automatically in. Easy meme stuff is right. That is true, but you know they're idiots, so you guys are always
We
gonna
wanna
hear them
get it
their
like
way.
live.
When is your next
We wanna
hunting
get you guys
fruits?
to-
And I'd rather stream
Say that.
anyways, Ethan, because I'm gonna do it anyways. Stream day yesterday, but I
scrub.
didn't stream yesterday. What?
When is your next hunting fruits?
It's when I can make it, duh.
Your mom.
Easy meme stuff. All right, well, whatever. You guys know what I mean. Okay, well, they're idiots, right? Except for Dark and
Guys, I ever told you how
Fabian.
much I love Fortnite? I just want to be like really honest, real quick.
You
You're
love
the only one who
Fortnite.
doesn't like it.
Yeah, that's an awful game, dude. Don't ever say that, please. Also, yes, this involves memes. So, Ethan, you're a nub. But let's continue. Okay. So, it's just like, oof. Hold on. I should have actually. Should have been a main lobby talking about this game. I'm oofing this, my guys. I'm not stopping doing this, though, by the way. Okay? That's one thing. We're still gonna do Titanfall 2. Because we're awesome. And we're growing fast with this channel. With Titanfall 2. Actually catching up to you, Ethan. It's really nice. And let's talk a little bit about. Oh snap!
Cause I don't have to mute you guys.
Alrighty, right. Okay, cool. So let's talk about Titanfall 3. Well, we all know now, if you have Twitter, that they're hiring for multiplayer, for senior multiplayer. If I'm right, Ethan, correct me on that. Am I right or am I wrong for multiplayer creators, or you know what I mean, developers? Correct me if I'm wrong. If it's not senior.
Actually, you are correct, good sir.
Ooh, almost died.
Alright, I just uploaded like 3.
Yeah, TF3 Titan class. Let's talk about everything. Everybody, speak your own mind. What do you want in Titan classes though? But yeah, okay, yeah. What are we looking forward to? We're looking for new Titans. We're looking for Titanfall 2. What the heck? Looking for Titanfall 2 Titans, or are we looking for Titanfall 1 Titans, or a mixture of both? Abilities, strength, weaknesses. What do you guys think? And as well, that of course that game's gonna be streamed on here many times. And Titanfall 2 will never go away after TF3 comes out. So don't think I'm gonna be just streaming TF3 all the time. Nah, boy. I got my favorite game here. You want a mix? All right, that mixture does not sound bad at all. Ooh. I prefer new Titans, to be honest. These ones right here we have now are pretty good. But like,
yeah, I mean,
I want the game to be fresh. What were you saying, Dark?
and more snipers.
Oh, more snipers? Is that what you said?
That'd be nice.
Oh yeah, most definitely would be nice. Oh. You like the idea of hacking Titans? That does sound well. It has to go to a certain extent. What do you mean by like just hacking Titans? Like hacking the auto Titans of an enemy team? That'd be kind of weird. That'd be kind of cool, but weird.
It'd be cool, but weird.
Bro, this match will literally determine if this game will be on my PS4 or not.
Then don't play it all the time. Bam, put it in the bank. Oh, holy cow. Almost died right there. Lil. Okay, Ethan's on, by the way. Yeah, he's probably gonna come in here. Yo. Any gun ideas, guys? Oh, I'd love me some new weapons. No G2, no Spitfire ever again.
Devotion is a...
I'd rather have devotion the whole time. Hey, let me eject from here. Yep. Oh. Thank you. Ooh, like stealing cores or disabling ions vortex shit. That sounds fun, actually. That sounds nice.
Boys either.
Yeah, I know. Wait for it. It's coming in. It's coming.
Yo.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
Yo, it's your boy, Skinny Pea.
Oh my gosh, I knew you had one.
The day. Should I hop on to Fortnite and play with on Titanfall?
Come on, Titanfall.
Cough, Titanfall, cough.
You should go on Titanfall with us, cough. Extra coughing. Spitting blood, coughing. Type 12.
Cough, anti-coughing, cough.
The meme stiff is a must. Well, I mean...
okay.
I mean, Ethan is okay. He's okay, okay? He's okay.
What'd I do?
Nothing. They say you are a must.
Okay.
For a guy named Meme Stiff, there's like rarely any memes on your channel, which is so weird.
It is kind of weird. I need to make a meme compilation. Titanfall meme compilation.
Will.
That's where I'll get my subs from.
You're gonna get all your subs from doing memes?
Yeah,
Will?
no, for someone named Meme Stiff, I don't have a lot of memes, you're right.
Yeah, you gotta fix that.
You gotta fix that problem,
okay.
Ethan.
Alright.
On who? What the heck? I turn around and I'm just getting... Yeah, Ethan, what do you want to see on Titanfall 3? Tell me now. Tell me your ideas. Let me hear this open thought
What
bubble.
do I want to see on Titanfall 3?
Yes. Speak whatever you want. Fabian told me you guys were discussing stuff for like an hour one day. So tell me.
Oh, yeah, we were. Me and
You
Fabian
want-
just went off, talked about possible Titanfall 3 editions. Not
Go
that
ahead.
I can remember
Explain.
them all.
Well, explain whatever you think
Would,
that is a good
I would
point.
like the Mastiff to be a one-shot kill from any range.
No, get out of here. You lost my faith,
like
did
it
you?
to have a 15 round magazine. No, I'm kidding.
15 round magazine.
Oh my god, imagine.
Fire rate faster.
Well,
Faster fire
for
rate.
one thing I definitely would want to see in Titanfall 3 is I want more weapons. Titanfall 2 stepped in the right direction, you know, adding in more weapons, you know, full
Yeah.
alternator, you know, they added in the devotion, EPG,
The
Yeah.
T2 is a sin.
just a lot of these cool, really fun guns,
Mhm.
and I want them to
They added the
expand
Reagan
upon
Mark
that.
II.
And honestly, same with the maps. You know, I want there to be, you know,
New maps. Yeah.
I like I'm fine with the remastered maps, but I want to see new maps. I want to
what
see
the-
what they can do. I want maps like Glitch. You know, those were very fluid, fast maps, fit perfectly with Titanfall, and that's what I would want to see more.
Yeah. Zachary, welcome to the stream. I'm here.
Hello,
Here.
sir.
How are you, my brother? I'm cool, bro. So Zachary.
And headed the way of Conquer.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, welcome. We're all just discussing about Titanfall 3, what we'd like to see. There's Ethan. What about Titans? Let's specifically talk about Titans right now. 'Cause
Titans,
that's what I
personally,
really want.
personally for me, I do not mind the class system that has
Uh-huh.
been implemented so far in
Yeah.
Titanfall 2. I do not mind it at all.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
And something I really enjoy actually about Titanfall 2, especially with the Titans, is that they all have their own like little personalities and stuff.
Mhm.
Kind of like how a hero shooter, you know, like Overwatch has
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
the different characters that stand out. So the Titans have that same sort of embodiment, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I would want to see more of in Titanfall 3. However, I am the type of person that wants to please everyone, and I know that people, not everyone, be happy with the class base. So, I mean, there's Titans like Monarch which have stood out to me as Respawn's attempt to try to bring in kind of a Titanfall 1, Titanfall 2 hybrid Titan.
Yeah.
Not saying that every Titan has to have like the 3 upgrade core thing, you know,
Mhm.
but have a Titan with, you know, interchangeable, you know, weapons.
So like
and
something like Monarch,
maybe,
I guess. Like in front
abilities and
first
stuff. Yeah, like just have like 2 or 3 different options for weapons and
Oh,
stuff.
that would
Not
be-
necessarily cores, but more like
Yeah.
abilities, that kind of thing. It's just
That would be
it
great.
just would
Like
seem
different guns.
it would make a good balance of still keeping the class base. It could be the same basic concept as from Titanfall 2 with the classes,
Mhm.
but if they can expand upon the customization of said classes, then I think Titanfall 3 Titans can be great.
Oh yeah.
personally.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What do you think, Fabian or Drake? What do you guys think? Also Zachary, we'll see, man. But okay, what? Fabian, anything?
Well, let's see how to say this. All right, so basically, as to the pictures I've seen of people posting, where like they have a Titan with a gun implemented into their arm, basically.
I'm gonna piece out.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's just a custom class, sort of like that, it's gonna be pretty like. It's gonna be okay, but not too good. Because I mean, honestly, I want to see more customization when it comes to like the guns and all the Titans and
Oh,
stuff.
Dark left. Dang.
Mhm.
So I really don't want to see just like, I don't just want to see one weapon within like attached to a Titan and just leave it like that. Like
Yeah.
at least let us switch it out or something, please. Like,
Oh yeah.
Kind
and as
of.
for the way that, sorry.
No, it's fine. Something to kind of bring up on your point is it sounds like we fairly agree with having multiple options, for Titan weapons in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
and easy way to facilitate that in a way is the guns themselves don't necessarily have to be too different, in my opinion. Like it. And when I mean that, I don't mean as in like they're carbon copies, but more of how, let's say, I've talked about this in the past, but more of how Scorch has the one-shot thermite launcher that does a crap load of damage.
Oh,
so
snap.
it's almost like, how about having a maybe like full auto like flamethrower or something,
snap.
it does
Yeah.
a lot less damage. You know, like it can be quite a pea shooter, but you know, it has like spread. You know, kind of like a shotgun. It has a lot of spread and it's short range, but it's full auto, and you know, you just hold down the trigger and eventually it just overheats. It's kind of like an L-Star in a way. You know,
Yeah.
something like that. I feel like could be pretty interesting.
So basically, just switch from like rapid fire to like just like straight up like single shot, basically.
That would like
yeah, in a way. Like
so,
let's
like-
say
so, like,
Tone,
like-
for example.
if
If I continue to talk.
that's fine. Keep going.
For example, Tone has the semi-automatic 40mm.
Mm-hmm.
So what if you replace the 40mm let's say, fuck it, call it a 20mm. I don't care. Make it full auto and maybe not nearly as much damage, and no, like let's say they take away the splash damage also, so like you don't have that factor in as Tone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's full auto, like much better rate of fire, and just that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
And that could add a new factor of gameplay, you know.
Yeah.
It could change things up a bit. That's just kind of what I want, you know, like splitter rifle. Instead of having a splitter rifle, maybe have a sniper for Ion. You know, I've always thought that Ion can be quite a long range Titan.
Yep.
And
From like laser core.
And Ion is quite versatile.
Huh.
So have a sort of like hybrid sniper. You know, I don't know. I don't have the best way of describing it, but
Like a
No,
sniper
I have
sniper.
perceptions.
So something like almost like a okay. Well,
Like a kind of like. Well, I have
Semi
to find
sniper
it.
somewhat.
so like
Yeah,
a
something
DMR
like that.
type
Yeah,
thing,
kind of like a semi-sniper. Yeah, like a DMR, you know.
or a double take.
Of
Yeah.
course, still energy-based, you know, projectile. Kind of like railgun, you know, how it's projectile, you still
I mean,
shoot
that's
shots
good because I mean they implemented it into Titanfall Assault game. I mean, like they have a
Oh yeah, I
Ion
didn't
with,
even
like, a
think about
sniper.
that. Yeah, right.
Totally.
It's in there too. Wow.
Just these, I feel like it wouldn't be terribly difficult to implement these different weapon types for Titans. Now, I know development's not easy, you know, for video games, but I feel like Respawn being able to facilitate a sort of variety for Titan weapons and even Titan abilities, perhaps, for
I
some.
get what you mean.
For some to all the Titans would be great. A great way of, you know, making the customization feel more worthwhile and
Yeah.
making, because a lot of I've heard of some complaints about people saying that the game, you know, it's maybe the customization isn't the best or it's not the most varied.
Oof.
And having small things like that, like just another weapon option, you know, like maybe a different core or something, just adds a lot of customization options. Even if it doesn't sound like it on paper, it makes it a lot better. You know, I really applaud how Monarch has these different playstyles. You know,
For like, yeah, exactly.
And
Like,
now, while I find that most Monarch users are DPS, I'll use the DPS type class, you know, with arc rounds and you know rearm, reload, and that kind of thing, and accelerator. They also do have the potential to have other of these classes. You know, they have, you know, the support class. We can build upon it. They have the health. They have like the OP class, which is, you know, just running some save my ass.
no, yeah, everything you're saying is like it's really good, but like,
I wish you could work on that for like pilots as well. I mean, that would be
No,
pretty
yeah,
good.
I'm not just. I know we're on the subject of Titans, but I totally think that not just building like that with Titans, but also building pilots, you know, on the way. There's also a North Star mid.
yeah, no, I'm getting him. Hold on, let me get this Ronin as well. Oh snap! But what about maneuverability? Would you like it like, let's say some people want it Titanfall 1, right? So the way it was, sort of, kind of.
Movement here.
Yeah. Or would you like have it still as Titanfall 2, but a little, you know mashup thing type?
I actually, I can't say I have the best opinion on it because I never really played much of Titanfall 1, so I don't want to act like I'm super smarty pants on this subject of terminology, but I do really like Titanfall 2's
maneuverability.
movement. I like its base movement a lot.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
very.
it's very solid, and it's very smooth, you know, very fluid. It's not hard to learn exactly, but there's a ceiling there that makes it, you know, so much fun because learning how to, you know, bunny hop and do all these like crazy wall running tricks and stuff is really cool, you know, and it adds a
Especially for a
whole
game
new
like this.
aspect to just what would be, you know, a pretty basic first-person shooter. It adds a lot of depth to it.
Mm-hmm. All right, well,
So I would
that's
probably
good.
stick with, you know, Titanfall 2 movement. You know, I think the slide mechanic that was not in the first game. I think having it in Titanfall 2 has made the flow of your pilot, you know, feel a little bit smoother.
It's
You
changed
know,
the meta completely.
I kind of wish in the third game maybe that the slide can be utilized a little bit more. You know, with certain kind of, you know, environments, you know, maybe more doors to slide under and stuff. Just having the map be a bit more customized to pilot movement or advanced
So more
pilot
corridors type
movements,
thing?
I should say. Yeah, more parkour type maps, you know. I think a good example is Glitch, actually. You know, Glitch has the walls all over the place, and they have all these, you know, all these barriers and stuff. You have to jump a lot. There's zip lines, you know. It adds a lot of variations in the environment that and it makes the movement can only get better if you have good maps to, you know, go alongside it, honestly.
Like Glitch, really. Like Glitch or like War
best
Games.
example in my opinion.
Yeah. I think the least map with like running around. What do you think is the least map in this game, at least?
You guys just realize we're playing with fucking noobs right
running
now?
around in terms of like what map is the worst in terms of movement, probably Crash Site. And I think that's the reason why Crash Site is so disdained upon, you know, so much distaste against it, is because the map does not really work that well for players that are good with movement. It has a lot of these uneven surfaces, a lot of rocks everywhere. Just it makes the player feel uncomfortable when they have to just bump into stuff constantly. It lacks the flow that a map like Glitch has, and it slows down the player. You know, it kind of, in a way, it kind of rewards those, you know, G2 Spitfire campers in a way, and it makes you easier target. And movement is in fact, in my opinion, I feel like the movement should be one of the main facilitators of skill in this game. Movement should be a huge part of the skill gap, in a sense, if that makes sense.
All right, Name, you can go to this next round. Yeah.
Because I don't really feel like Titanfall 3 should be a super, you know, crazy high skill game.
Oh yeah, not even
competitive.
Like where they did all that stuff.
Especially, and there's a few reasons for that. You know, one reason is that I don't think a lot of pseudo-competitive games are very successful. You know, I think a lot of them have faltered. You know, a lot of the people that have gone for this ultra-competitive image have faltered because it looks really bad. You know, it looks like it's appealing to only the edgy motherfuckers that spend 15 hours a day on their computers. So. And more to add on to it, I mean, I don't think Titanfall, as formulaic as it is, I don't think it's made to be a competitive shooter. It has so many non-competitive things, as Wolf kills himself, that just don't make sense in a competitive shooter, that make me question, like, why would we want this game to be competitive?
Yeah.
That's why it highly confuses me when there's a lot of like Titanfall players out there that are like, we want this game to be competitive, you know, we want they wouldn't have put those in the game if this was a competitive game.
I mean, there's something I do want to see, which I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they're not going to add ever. But I mean, there's something I would like to see.
What do you want, really?
I mean, you know how like they have the Stim Ninja in Assault Rifle, and not Assault Rifle.
So you hold on. Let me stop you there. I'm sorry, but real quick. So you want them to
Yes.
have melee weapon type things? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, like not melee weapons, but something I think basically based off like the Titans. Like you have your Titan companion, like why not be able to like match up with him? Like
Okay.
okay, but like Ronan, he has the sword, right? Like how come you can't be like if he can phase shift, and then we have a phase shift pilot, why can't he have a sword as well? Like have a match up.
You know, that
Not
makes
necessarily saying that if you can
That'd be
only
kinda
use
cool
phase
as
shift
well.
with the sword, but have
No, I
weapon
get it. I
options.
know. Yeah, something like that.
that sounds pretty cool.
Name, you think they should add emotes? No, that's when we're done. No, if Titanfall had emotes.
Yeah,
Hey guys, we make Titanfall 3 Battle Royale style, my dude.
Oh shit!
Fucking hell.
Triggered. You want something
Come on,
away
man.
from Battle Royale
everybody's
games right
equal
now?
in your clans. Look, you got 2 MB, 2 memes, and then 1 MWG. Look at that. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're the only loner.
Get fucking wrecked.
I mean, what are you
Actually,
and
that-
Sun doing yesterday?
That actually brings up a good subject. Since we were just talking about the networks. I want them to
Ooh.
build upon the networks.
Yes.
In all
Yes.
seriousness. What they've started in Titanfall 2 has been very cool and fascinating. They've kind of built this environment where these networks, they can kind of build like a mini community in game, and I think it's so cool that the game has that. I've had a lot of people join my Spicy Swamp network, and and it's cool to have see people in it, because it makes me feel good, because I get to see that my subscribers, my viewers, they go into it and they hang out, they use my clan tag. It's just all fun.
Oh no, yeah, I know what you mean. What about? I
And
guess you could
one
say.
thing I would want to add, as I keep on interrupting everyone, because I have so much to talk about,
Oh, that's
is
cool.
I really would want to add incentives to being in a network. So, for example, I'm not talking about anything monetary, but more of I would want to see incentives, like maybe like, since let's say me and Mig, how me and Mig are streamers, right?
Yeah.
So, what if we had the option to, let's say if you win 10 games in a day or something like that, like as like maybe like a daily or weekly challenge or something. What if you win 10 games, you get like faction XP, not faction XP, but let's say you
Network
get
XP.
maybe XP for your character, XP for factions, or XP for like maybe
So-
even the network if they
so, like-
decide to do some sort of.
So let's say like you get this XP. Is it gonna be for like unlockable things?
Yeah,
after?
for like cosmetics and stuff.
Oh,
Let's say the network leader can
I'll be right back.
make
By the way,
some
just
sort of like
keep talking.
custom
Watch out.
skins.
Oh, I didn't mess this.
Just keep talking. I'll be back, guys.
Yep, upload all my $5. Yeah, I'm not the best. I was doing
It's
pretty good
alright,
earlier. I leveled up my car quite a bit.
Yes, I'll keep on talking.
Your boy bringing in his hentai Ronin right here. Look at this. Ooh.
Oh god.
Dang it, the grapple messed up and I got glitched on the side of a wall. So it's like, oh yeah,
Something
how
that I would say something I'd still want in Titanfall 3. Kind of something they've already had before, but I want them to keep. It's kind of their integrity to being very loyal to the community. They've been very responsive. They're very communicative with talking to their to their player base and now they don't do it as much now, because I'm pretty sure they're working on other games. At least I hope they are. Lol.
Yeah. I hope they are.
But in saying that, I really do appreciate that Respawn's PR team goes out and they go on Reddit, they go on their website, they talk to these viewers, and they respond, they see all these great things, and I don't like having a sort of barrier. I never like having some sort of big barrier between
I know what you mean. Like you don't like having a barrier between
developers and
you.
players. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because in that sense, it makes it look like a sort of disconnect almost.
Yeah. And then you never
And it
know
just
what's
looks
happening.
really bad, you know, for wow, nice shot, name. It just looks really bad, you know. A good example in the past has been Bungie, recently with Destiny
Yeah.
2. You know, Destiny 2 kind of has looked pretty bad. You know, they've done some really shady things that have caused a lot of people great suspicion. And yet, this all could have been fixed if Bungie's PR team had been had been more responsive, had been more truthful to their player base. And it seems simple, but it's really not. You know, it's because there'll be plenty of people that are distasteful to you, that might throw insults, or might not be very nice.
There's always those people. There's always gonna be either that one or two people.
Yeah, exactly. But your job as a PR man is to be able to take that criticism, but yet also be quite responsive to your player base, be able to talk to them. You know, I think that's a huge part of being a PR man. The PR man at Respawn, I do not recall his name, but he has done a wonderful job in his time there through the first two Titanfall games in being very friendly to the player base. You know, talking a lot. You know, getting to know the guys. He's met with multiple streamers in real life. You know, it's such a cool thing to see.
Oh, I'm about to die already with my running. Nobody.
Good fam.
Alright, here we are.
Yeah, I got him. Oh,
Banks are open.
I died. Wow.
Yeah.
Better can it?
I do better with
my
submachine
gosh,
guns that I
why?
don't own yet than I do with the ones that I already do.
Alright, hold on. I'll be back again. Oh my gosh. I'll be back.
Bill, this boy's cooking frags. Did you just arc wave that guy? Holy shit!
That poor John.
Oh my god. Rip.
Hello. Oh, I got shot in the face.
Alright. What about single player? Single player.
Single player.
Yeah,
I
let's
want.
talk about.
Okay, so for the story, you know, Titanfall 2, holy crap, such a huge improvement on
Yeah.
the first game. The story was vastly better, miles better, years better, centurions better than the first game.
Oh yeah, because first game
If
to
they
play.
can make a campaign half as good as that in Titanfall 3, it will still be one of the best FPS, campaigns out there. Because Titanfall 2 was a brilliant campaign.
Ow.
And
I love the campaign. I'd play it over and over again.
I know a campaign was
And
like the best piece of this.
a big thing about it though is that the story did not carry it. It was not it didn't succeed because the story was really good. In fact, the story was like the most dude bro like painfully average storyline that a 17-year-old high school student could probably write up in their sleep. It's
I
not
think it
that
was the
difficult.
connection between the characters. I think it was the connection
definitely,
between
yes.
you and your Titan.
BT and Jack, that bond was a big reason on why the campaign was successful. The level design was huge.
Oh,
The levels
such good
were
levels.
designed in such a way, it helped you learn the parkour for multiplayer. It introduced you to a lot of the weapons, but it didn't do it in this in what a lot of games do, which is this really dumb, like straight up tutorial phase where they basically baby you and show you that this is how you do everything. And I really like that they didn't go that route. They used the campaign instead as, well, you could say, sure, it's a glorified tutorial, but though a lot of those shooters campaigns are, they also were able to build a compelling universe, build upon. The characters weren't terribly interesting besides Jack and BT, but I don't think they had to. I think so many people focus on, my story, and it has to be like perfect and stuff. But that's not what they strive for.
No.
In fact, I thought the
strive for the
quirkiness of some of the side characters is pretty great. Barker I thought was pretty funny for only having like 5 lines in total.
Yeah.
He made me laugh basically every time he he talked, and he barely talked at all. But he did again.
And
He
then there's
didn't
the
have to.
6-4. The 6-4.
The 6-4.
The
Yeah, they were
connection.
what, one mission? They were literally
Yeah,
like
they were in one mission
in the game, but yet they
And
had
it's
a
like
huge
the one
impact
before the last. Yeah.
on my relative enjoyment of the game.
Yeah. They were really, really good. I liked it how they referred to each other as family, and that's how they actually do it in the military as well. They refer to each other as family, basically. Because
Yeah,
you have each
and that's
other's
why a
backs,
lot
and
of
if you
people
don't-
have really liked the 6-4 actually, is because they feel they're a pretty tight knit group. Their connection, even though it was never built upon, has always felt just strong. It feels like a strong bond for someone who is for a campaign that barely emphasizes the characters. It really makes you care about the people.
Yeah.
It's kind of spectacular how they're able to do that. Actually, to be quite honest.
Like, these people know how to make games.
Yeah, Respawn Entertainment, they know what they're doing. And it's brilliant.
Oof.
It's absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant how they are able.
Oh yeah. Okay, well now that I'm back, actually, since you broke up the discussion about guns earlier, you know. Would you rather see more shotguns or a whole new variety? Just variety period, or
You know,
I'd rather see more weapons, just in general. Like
yeah.
More,
yeah. I
like,
mean,
bring back a version of the Chris Vector.
it is.
I love
Yeah,
the
it
look of that
seems a
gun.
bit daft to kind of say, oh, well, what? Just add like in a new class of weapons. I would much rather them just add in more weapons in general, no matter what class.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Now shotguns. Yes, I think there should be more shotguns.
There's only
shotguns
two right
for
now.
Mastiff.
And more pistols.
Actually,
I know.
what would be
I'm that
so
weird guy that
badass
actually likes
is what if
pistols.
there was a militia type gun made for, like a gun used by, let's say, the militia. Okay. Or that's how the lore describes it, and it's like a double barrel shotgun. It looks very rustic and traditional.
Yeah.
Ooh,
like
so,
the
That
like-
would be
traditional
so
double-barrel shotgun.
badass.
Oh, I
Unbelievable.
love it so much. I love it so
In
much.
fact, they kind of did this in the campaign a little bit, but they never really built on it too much. But it was the
Aw, man.
how weapons, for each faction, how, like, for example, the bolt is an IMC weapon. It was shown to be on the IMC
like it.
side a lot.
Mhm.
And then the militia was shown to be like or the flatline was shown to be a militia weapon. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I actually
Flatline
wouldn't
was
mind if they kind of had lore for the gun, like, because basically saying like flatline is the standard issue assault
Oh, wow.
rifle for the militia, or the R201, it's like, or the R301. Watch this, that's gonna be that probably.
Probably. I just don't want them to
R301
repeat
is the-
guns. You know what I mean? Nothing
Yeah, that kind of thing.
from.
Well, I don't mind having an R3 because that has been a tradition at this rate.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, I didn't really like the R101 so much, I really added it. But I more enjoyed it from this nostalgia, but not anything else.
Zach, I'm not gonna switch mods in like a long time, my dude. I'm keeping the mods right now for a while. Also, Barry said I would like more SMGs and more variety in the type of bullet travel, like an assault rifle with Kraber travel time, but with a fast fire rate and good damage. What do you say?
Interesting.
That sounds weird.
It does.
With Kraber travel time on an SMG, I would probably say more of like double take.
Double take, yeah.
I got up in their ship. I was up in there. I was like, hey, how you doing?
I can't exactly say that a SMG or AR should have Kraber travel time. Double take would make more sense, perhaps. And actually, that sounds a lot like the Volt to me. A fairly fast rate of fire gun with travel time. Projectile. It kind of reminds me of the Volt already. I'm not saying that we can't have an AR like the Volt. In fact, that would be pretty cool because we already have an LMG and an SMG that have the same projectile
That would be cool.
type shot. and I think it's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having an AR like that. So, you know,
I just think it's cool.
but I would like if they're gonna go that direction, I would like them to add something unique to it because, like for example, Volt
How
is
come Neighborhood's
deadly
not even
accurate.
here?
Volt is super accurate. You know,
I don't know. He
Devotion
doesn't
has
want to
that
join the party.
weird. Devotion has that weird ramp up thing, you know, that makes it like go fast as fuck out of nowhere.
It's fast.
Like
Super fast.
so, if we're gonna make like AR version of that, it needs to do something else that's kind of unique in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not accurate at all, but it makes up for, you know, rate of fire, something like that. Because actually, something that we haven't had in the assault rifles is we haven't had that really fast rate of fire assault rifle yet. That's like that R97 type, you know, like inaccurate as fuck, super like high rate of fire though.
So basically, the
I'm not saying that it
has.
I'm not saying it has to be literally R97.
No, I think they should fix the hipfire because I mean, like the hipfire's all right, yeah, but think about it, it's accurate. Am I right or am I wrong? Like the way you use it.
Actually, yeah, the whole hipfire debacle. You know, I actually don't mind hipfire on some guns, but the hipfire being good on just about every gun in this game has kind of bothered me a bit. Because hipfire for me has always
I got
been
killed by a
kind
guy
of
with Walmart grade camo.
Hipfire has always been to be a bit RNG because it is hipfire, as the name states. You are firing from the hip, you know, in a kind of a random spray. And I'm not saying that not every gun should have bad. Not every gun should have bad hipfire. Don't get me wrong. Because, like, let's say keep guns like the Bolt that specialize are like alternated that specialize in those really good hipfire states. You know, where you don't really have to aim down the sights. But at the same time, I don't want every gun to be like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's like some guns that are just all over the place.
There's some guns that don't feel right to just hipfire all the time.
Yeah.
But yet, they're actually still really good in that case. And it makes them a lot stronger than they probably should be. You know?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean, but also we got Barry saying, I don't mind revamps of guns, but they shouldn't copy the in paste because that would just be lazy. So I guess you're saying, like, for let's say the R101, take it from the first game to the second game. I mean, I don't really know why they brought the R101 into this game. If we already have the R201, same stats, you know what I mean? Just like,
I guess just to put a scope on it and call it a different gun. They were running out of ideas.
True. But I mean, you already still have one that you're gonna take off the scope either way. So that's what, at least I think, is a waste of a weapon slot that you could have done better in.
Yeah, like maybe added, like they were saying, like you guys were saying, a Volk assault rifle.
Mm-hmm. That would be even better.
Amazing.
Yeah. Or more customization for your gun. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Attachments, I guess you could say. Not just a scope, fast reload, you know, all these type of weird different things. I mean, I like it, don't get me wrong. But I want something...
Yeah, it's nice.
I want something more different. Nothing the same, nothing too different, but like satisfying.
With more variety.
Yeah. There we go.
Like actually being able to like customize your weapon and actually see it as you're customizing it, so you know how it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice kill.
Thank you.
He's kind of flopped out of the air. He's like, what?
But yeah, basically what we just said about that. Alrighty, which Titan do you like the most from Trilogy? The Titan I like the most is North Star in this game. Barry says the R97 was a great addition to the game, although it was underrated due to the meta of console having really strong assault rifle aim assist, and PC where SMG is overpowered because the game should be balanced for both, he says.
Got him.
I would say the R97 is exactly underrated. As he put it, I wouldn't call it underrated. I think there are plenty of people that appreciate it. and personally myself, like I don't use the gun a whole lot, but I still, you know, appreciate it, and I respect people that can use it.
Wait, what gun are we talking about?
The R97.
Ah.
Still want to talk about.
Isn't it
So
that,
I
like,
wouldn't
really,
exactly
really,
call it underrated. Now, I might say underappreciated, maybe. Underrated
is
is not
amazing.
exactly the right word for it.
love that
Underappreciated
gun.
would make more sense, if that makes sense, chat. Because underappreciated is more of maybe not enough people.
Not
put
enough
respect on
spotlight.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, yeah. There's like people would rather use the
Ow.
car.
Car, the alternator,
That's what I'm using
basically.
right now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm using right now.
Yeah,
12,
exactly.
11.
Kind of
want
even
the
what I was
R96.
like, you know, it's like I'm using car right now. You know, I could totally be using.
All right.
I could totally
Speaking
use
speaking of these
something
weapons,
else.
let's talk about fire rate. It makes a big difference in these guns, don't you think? The way they
Yeah.
they
Car
operate.
has a steady fire rate, pretty much
Mhm.
all the way throughout.
Exactly.
And then
Same with like
there's-
alternator, kind of. A little bit here, there. You get like not bad recoil, but you get some sort of thing. You know what I mean? It depends how you move, movement system wise, moving wise.
Yeah,
It seems
which I'm
garbage.
more of run around and
Yeah.
just kind of have
But-
fun with it.
Yeah. Well, back to the networks thing though. I like to see not as much competition, not like a lot of competition, but I guess like you can say, like
I just witnessed my Titan get executed. I am very sad now, and I just got shot in the face.
let's say how can we put it? I guess we could go like networks against networks type thing. Not too competitive, not too harsh. You know what I mean? That would be actually
He's gonna iron sights before.
that would be actually pretty fun. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm just like getting up here dying.
Oh, burst fire weapons for the win.
One thing, actually, something that's kind of annoyed me so far this game, as we have been playing, you know, progressing through, is that the team we're going up against is basically all running Monarch, which I've
Yeah.
noticed in the past has happened a lot. You know, these guys running heavy stacks of Monarch. Now, I'm not saying that this is a thing that needs to be implemented or that I necessarily want,
Oh yeah.
but something that I found particularly strange in Titanfall
I
2
don't really
is
like
how Monarch, ever since her induction, has basically been that Stampede Titan, you know, that dominant
Rush up.
force, the major
Dang it! How did I
threat.
miss a punch?
Oh yeah.
That bad.
Monarch's just been a major.
Monarch has been quite oppressive, and it's kind of, and I kind of get tired of it after. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, most definitely. Monarch's a good Titan, yes, but it's a little bit overused more than any other Titan. If I have to say something
Yeah.
about that.
I'm surprised there's not a prime for it yet.
No, that's what like the people want though. Prime. I'm like, no. Ew.
Ow.
Thinking name.
Alrighty,
He
let's check
punched
what
me
Barry
right
has
before
to
he
say.
died.
Well, like you said, you respect the people who can use it more of what I meant, right? Yeah. Alright, let's talk
respect
about
the
the
people.
maps because they play a big role in the way people play. Most definitely, the maps play a big role
Yeah.
in how you maneuver in this game, but like we were discussing
I mean, I'm
earlier,
running across the ceiling right now.
like we were discussing earlier, actually, speaking of movement, again, once more, I want to hang on, like stay onto the wall a little bit longer than usual, you know what I mean? Not fall down too fast, not, mantle
Have
too
the
slow.
gravity not be as
Yeah. Not as ridiculous as it is now, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
I killed him, but he hit me with a fire star.
Ooh,
Killed each other.
ordinances, different pilots. We haven't spoken on that yet, I don't think.
Yeah, different pilots. I like the hollow pilot. It makes it look like you can play this game like super tactical and super fun.
Oh yeah. Okay, Barry. We as a community are not looking for another Call of Duty, so I hope they make it as good as Glitch, where wall runs are encouraged. Yeah, most definitely. Also, hey Titan again.
I talked about this a little bit earlier. Maybe not exactly
In depth.
spoke about much further or in depth, but I had kind of expressed on how I wanted the maps to encourage movement. more.
Yeah.
I think I like
That's
these
an enemy
Titanfall
type,
1
not
remasters, but a lot of the problems with the maps from the first game is that they do gourmet style because there's all these real weird nooks and crannies. You know, there's all these like weird sniper spots and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
hey,
always and then,
sniping's
I'm fine with having cool places like that on the map that are kind of unorthodox, but we've seen those places get abused by hit fire campers and whatnot. Like a good example would be the tower on Holland, the one in the middle of the map. That one is a huge camping spot. And in the first game, maybe it wasn't that bad, but in this game, it's impressive, And it's kind of easy to get somebody from there. But let's say you're a new player and there's someone just camping up there. They could probably just like fuck everyone's shit.
Wipe you
honestly.
out.
Oh, yeah.
They'll just sit up
these
there.
fucking monitors are
No kidding. I absolutely hate them. Now.
That's kind of made me think, Josh, though, about the Titans, because there's been a lot of monarchs this game, and it's really annoying.
Yeah. I'm lagging a lot too.
I wouldn't mind seeing. First off, I don't think Monarch going forward should be. I don't think there should exactly be a Titan like Monarch. I think it's a great concept. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
but
I like
Monarch
the weapon
is
that Monarch
such
has.
a oppressive Titan, and I feel like it's fairly easy to get upgrades with Monarch. It's really not that hard.
I was the last kill. My bad.
Oh, jeez,
Hey,
I'm lagging.
Also, we also need their base. So we need changes that can facilitate a larger audience to be interested. And unfortunately, so far, both games have not done that.
Don't die! Don't die! Don't die! Come on! Come on!
Well, just talking about that, if you want a bigger player basis, what do you think about game modes? What should we keep? What should we not keep? What is acceptable? What isn't acceptable?
Attrition has always been a key mode. That's definitely.
Ow.
And pilot versus pilot, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
Since especially since I'm, I'm not really, I don't really like being in the Titan. I like letting it do its own thing.
That's a fucked up small.
Alright, Barry says, I like the idea of them adding guns that only a G40 can use, or an exclusive set of animated camos at G70 and such. Something that gives the game more replayability. Okay.
Did he say adding guns that only a Gen 40 could use?
Well, yeah, he says the idea of them adding guns that Gen 40 can use, or an exclusive set of animated camos at Gen 70.
Better matchmaking.
I don't. Actually, the argument I have for that, or the rebuttal I have for matchmaking, is that there's so few players now that matchmaking. It's not really that the matchmaking is bad. It's more that you're just getting matched up against these sweaty tryhards, because that's all that's left.
Yeah. I'm not a tryhard, but I'm sweaty because it's hot in my room.
Mayo.
Well.
I hate it up here today.
Something that if I can actually remember what I was talking about.
New additions, new modes, like, okay, live fire, big problem there. Let's talk about that right now, actually, because this was gonna have to get out of here.
I don't mind the idea of a search and destroy type mode, but the last time I played it, I went on about a 25-minute rant on Mango's stream about how much I had hated the damn mode and how much of a worthless,
that was the biggest
shit mode
rage I have on anything right now.
Yeah, I'm actually curious if you ever saved that, because
I have it.
Oh my god.
It's like a whole 30-minute rant of you going, live fire is live fire is live fire, live fire, live fire, live fire.
Live fire.
That's all you hear. But let's talk about that, okay?
But in all seriousness, I mean, it was a good idea, and I think I can't fault Respawn for having a lot of these ideas, because for the most part, they've been really creative with what they've come up with. They're not just copying and pasting other companies' ideas. They're not doing Call of Duty battle royale type shit. Where they're just like basically, and they're basically just going off and adding into an oversaturated genre so they can make a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all they're doing. They're not even doing it for the people. They're just doing it for the dollar. That's basically what this world is now.
I don't mind there being more battle royale games that aren't named Fortnite. And I'm not saying that all these games are like copies of Fortnite, because certainly some of them try to do their
like
try
PUBG
to expand upon it. But when there's games like Call of Duty that are switching to battle royale, are supposedly doing it, because I don't want to like just because I'm only assuming
they're switching it to a battle royale.
Supposedly, it's a rumor, but it's been highly rumored that that might be a direction they might go.
But yeah,
I highly detest of that, because formulaically, Call of Duty that's not what Call of Duty is. It's not
it really
battle
isn't.
royale.
No, that's what PUBG is.
I'm not saying that they're copying Fortnite or something. I feel more of it's not such a copy, more of it's a cash grab, exploitative game mode to try to irk, the cash cow. Try to irk its,
I thought of an excellent game mode.
Epic did really good for what they're doing of getting players, the player base. They're making something everybody likes. Am I right, or am I wrong right there?
Yeah, Fortnite's making a game that everyone can universally play at some point.
Yeah.
They don't have to play it much.
All right, let me read these comments really quick. Let me hide some. There we go. All right. So Barry says, the problem I have with them making the game more noob friendly is that it makes people who actually grind the game not enjoy the privileges and decreases the learning curve, which evidently did not work for Epic Games. That's what Barry says.
Okay.
And then we got. Let me find this.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm not even talking about. Let me just say, like, the whole Call of Duty with the whole battle royale shit to be pretty stupid due to the fact that, like, battle royale is not gonna stick around for too long. I mean, we've all had games that died down. Honestly, I mean, look at Minecraft. Like, that shit was popular as a motherfucker, and like now it's like dying down. It's not out there.
Well, you gotta agree that Minecraft was here to get the old, let's say, gen, which were the young ones, I guess. Even though there's new young ones still, but like back then, like let's say Hunger Games, how they had it.
But I'm just stating the fact. I mean, there were usually teens and other people that played it as well, but like it mostly died down. So. Same thing with Battle Royale. If it dies down, I mean, what's gonna happen in Call of Duty? Like, y'all fucked it up already with Black Ops 4 if you put it in Battle Royale.
Oh yeah, hey son.
And it goes that.
Oh no, keep going. I'm sorry.
Right.
Just saying, son. She just said hi. Alright, keep going.
Oh, man, I'm lagging. This is not
then, like, once it dies down, and like they're already at a bad reputation due to adding Battle Royale, it's gonna be at a worse stand basically. Like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, most definitely. Holy cow, I got a lot of messages. Alright, well, we got another message from Hollow Titan. I like to play Titan Brawl and Last Titan Standing in Frontier Defense and Deathmatch. Ooh, let's speaking of Frontier Defense, how do you think they should change it? Do you think we should add it to the third game?
Defense.
Yes. Let's talk.
I think Frontier Defense should stay around. I actually think it is an important mode in Titanfall. It might not be everyone's favorite mode, as I want Name to get this goddamn name.
Name, stand still, boy.
I'm giving the mango.
All right.
Oh my god.
Let's do this.
Oh, that boy lagged. Holy cow.
Oh my, holy shit.
Right?
What was I talking about? Oh my god.
How we should have it, how it is.
Get him.
Oh yeah, Frontier Defense. Okay. I enjoy Frontier Defense. It adds a whole new aspect to the game, having this kind of save the world, because different the two modes are. Because on one side you have this, multiplayer mode that, that Tier Defense mode that might be a little bit more niche, but at the same time, it adds a whole new perspective into the game, and it makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
And it's a game mode I play a lot, on stream, and when I'm getting tired of playing into like pilots and stuff, because it is pretty easy for the most part. In fact, if you play the harder difficulties, it can be quite difficult actually. But it's just a fun, horde mode, game mode. I like the Aegis rank progression system. I think it's pretty cool and unique that they have all these little upgrades that you can get.
Yeah, like that upgrades. Like you were saying earlier about like pilot type things. If something like that. Let's say, what would be good upgrades? Okay, arc, like better arc weapon type things to deal more damage to Titans. Let's say like Thunderbolt type thing.
Yeah.
But like you increase that weapon and you increase your pilot's skill type.
What
about
attachments?
Yes.
/kits that?
Well,
Well, because I want it to be accessible for everyone at a certain level, and I'm not saying that like it has to be like all unlocked at level
no
1,
problem,
but more
son.
of accessible at some point in time. So it's not like a super crazy ceiling or in floor that makes it uneven game.
Oh no, yeah.
Because something that Bearcat said earlier is I'm not sure if I can state this correctly, but he said something about having a gun that only Gen 40s can use. I highly disagree with that statement.
Hold on, guys. Let me boost screen.
Exactly. And for one reason, I highly disagree with that, because having a gun just for Gen 40s is already kind of a mess. Yeah, and no, not a thing, but more of it's kind of a mess already, because that's basically saying, oh, let's grind to Gen 40 so we can get this gun that might be better than, let's say, some of the other guns.
But yet it might not turn out that good.
You don't have. Yeah, and then only these guys have it, but you don't, basically. And it just seems, it's very shady and suspect. It's not something I would want at all.
Or like what Black Ops 3 is doing.
It's
where,
way too gimmicky.
You have to get it out of like a battle pack.
Yeah,
like,
also...
Oh, no, fuck that.
That's
fuck
stupid.
That.
That's
hell
stupid.
no. Yeah,
Sun said we're like
that.
philosophers now, just talking about all this stuff. But Barry says,
I've always been a philosopher.
What about another PvE zombies, etc. type of game mode for players that don't really enjoy PvP? That's why we're talking about.
That's why that's Frontier Defense.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and that's
like
why I think Frontier
zombies.
Defense is vital to being around in Titanfall 3.
Mm-hmm.
Zombies
This
is like Call of
time,
Duty.
in Titanfall 3 though, I definitely would want Frontier Defense to be around at release. I think the problem with Frontier Defense in Titanfall 2 is that it was released a bit too late.
It was
for it to really get
like
much
way
traction.
a little bit from all the updates that we had already. You know.
I think it was too late by then.
Mm-hmm.
If I had released that, if it came out and released though, it would have been. I bet you it would have been quite popular.
One of the best modes. Probably would have kept people.
And again, it could be one of those niche game modes that has kind of a cult following. That because there'll always be those guys maybe on the subreddit. They'll be like, "Oh my God, Frontier Defense is so awesome!" We're Frontier Defense pros and stuff. We got max level Aegis rank Titans and stuff. And it's like just have that side of the community. Not just having everyone be playing like PvP.
I'd like
stuff.
to see more Titans, because Monarch is annoying. I mean, I respect the people that use it.
Not just that Monarch is annoying. That's a bit daft. More of I would actually say more of because there's only 7 Titans. Right now. And
Variety. We need
still
variety.
system.
What'd you say, Fabian?
There was plenty of variety here already. I just thought they can build upon it.
You know how Siege is, right? Well, you can choose one character, nobody else can choose it, right?
Yeah. So like, yeah.
Like a limit, basically. Like only
How many
like
people can
2
have it?
monarchs per game. Yeah, only 2 monarchs per game.
That would actually be somewhat of a nice.
Maybe up to 2.
Yeah.
Well, it is a class-based system, so in theory, classes, in a lot of these video games have ended up being, like you can only use so many of these. So and I can see that away. The only
Hold on, guys. I'll read your comments in a minute.
I have to really say about that is that it kind of limits people in a way. It's kind of a limiting factor. We've talked a lot about heavy customization, and that's kind of a limiting factor if you put in a sort of buffer there.
Yeah.
And I don't like 6-man teams running Monarch, but at the
Welcome,
same time,
Mitch.
I would like it less if you're forced to only run up to 2, like only up to 2 ions or something like that. It just would feel very limiting, and it might rub a lot of players the wrong way.
Alex, you are
Hemlock is
Alex. If you're
amazing.
still watching, you are muted, dude. It's just because I'm trying to discuss these with everybody here, and it's like we already have a lot of people discussing, so I'm trying to talk to chat and here at the same time. But speaking of chat, let me eject right now, so then I'm gonna come die. I got some stuff to read. Hold on. Let me go. Okay, we got. Oh wow, we got a good variety of what I have to read today. Let's start off with Titan. I didn't read this yet, so let me put my controller down. That guy just ran past me because he's dumb, and he's still going. He's still going. Okay, so Titan says a new co-op mode for Frontier Defense and a new grunt system on a Spectra system. Any new Titan anime style? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I kind of want them to elaborate on that because,
Yeah. All right.
for example, when I think of grunt style, I think what they're insinuating is they're saying, like, you know how we got the Stalker and Reaper
Yeah.
in Titanfall 2. Get something new in Titanfall 3, and I totally agree. You know.
All right, then we
Add
got
something new.
Sun. Good thing there's no microtransactions in Titanfall 2. Yes. Okay, we got Barry. In response to meme stuff, I mean, like some DLC guns in Black Ops 3 available to everyone that grinds the game up, but more fun to use rather than overpower. So you're talking about like a community type thing where we all earn something. Is that what I'm hearing?
Okay. Well, because what he's making me, because what I first thought is what I heard is that only these guys can have the gun, and I don't think gun unlocks will be based on generational, only levels. 'Cause
Yeah.
gens are not something everyone goes.
They mainly go for like plays. We're not talking about massive generations. You know what I mean?
But perhaps, kind of on that DLC weapon type thing. I remember when they started adding new executions, they had certain challenges for set executions. Like you would have to, I believe.
Yeah.
No. Stuff like that, and maybe that's the way to unlock that.
All right, we got other responses as well. Okay, Barry says in response of that, like the EPG type gun. Okay, we got Mitch that says, "What about a game mode or map for people who don't play with the Titanfall movement system?" Already, what are you gonna say about that?
Map
Yeah.
for people that don't play Titanfall.
Well,
Type
for the movement,
is that what you said?
yeah. So I guess boots on the ground type thing without the maneuvering system or anything like that.
How do you
Okay. Well, the argument about that is a lot of the maps in the first two games so far have been accessible for people that don't have the movement down. And when I mean movement, I'm not talking about like the bunny hopping or the pro air strafing that all these pros are
I
doing.
still don't even know
I'm
how
more
to
of
bunny
talking
hop.
about wall running and double jumping and
Yeah.
sliding, that kind of thing. Not so much when I mean advanced.
Yeah. Yeah.
That-
Yeah.
Makes sense. But I do get what you're saying. A lot of new players might be a bit intimidated if the maps are built for super try-hard advanced movement people. But that's not what I exactly meant by that. So we have 6 people in the party roll, so probably start searching other
Wait, who
modes
left?
again.
Oh, Fabian left.
Yeah.
Oh, you're done with us, dude, or?
No, it's there's a lot of people in the game. I was gonna really search for people, so.
No, we're doing pilot versus pilot, but okay.
Nice.
Hold on, let's do a variety. Now we can have these type of games. Alrighty, but okay, like you said. Oh, also, Kobe Kyoto, Alex, which is Night Mitchell, that I muted him because I'm just talking to you and Meme for a while.
Do it.
Tell Night that I muted him.
Yeah, I got this. Yo, Alex.
Okay, thank you, Fabian. So like-
Mango said he.
Hold on. No, keep going. Just tell him real quick, and then.
This dude.
Alrighty. Well, whatever. Okay, so when we have who play more reserved. Oh, for people. Okay, well, back to that to Mitch's question of people Titanfall movement system that people don't want to play with it. He
My
says,
internet
"What about
just shot itself in the face?
who play more reserved?" So I guess.
More reserved.
Yeah.
Yo, Mango.
Yeah, what's up, Fabian?
I'm gonna just get off for tonight. I'm guessing.
Alright, see you, man.
Later, Fabian.
All right.
Later,
See
my
you.
boy.
See you tomorrow.
My
See you, man.
response to more reserved type players is that they're never, the maps aren't like, when I'm talking about these maps, I don't mean like they're gonna be the floor is lava type maps, but because I just say I want more maps like Glitch and less maps like Crash Site. A map like Glitch you can still walk on, you know, you can still run along, you know, pretty okay in my opinion. But if that makes sense to you.
No, yeah, no, I totally understand.
But the goal for all Titanfall players should be to build your movement skill over time. It shouldn't be that you should just always be a ground walker and that's that. Because if you're content with that, that's pretty crappy.
Ooh,
In
I'm
fact,
playing bad.
the game should probably not reward you for being a ground walker, which is a mistake that's made in the past. In fact, as I talked about, now this game doesn't, I don't want the game to be competitive, but a skill-based factor in it could be the movement system. And it will add more depth to the game, because if, let's say that not everyone's good at the movement is the difference.
Yeah, most of movement, I guess,
I
is
want the
kind of
game
key.
to encourage a movement-based environment with players moving fast, because this game has some of the most fluid movement, and it does irk me when a lot of people are just running around with, you know, on the ground, you know, not even barely even trying, it seems. And I'm not saying that maybe they're not very good at it, but I mean, I just want them to try to like wall run and stuff occasionally. But I see so many people that don't even bother.
All right.
Honestly.
Well, before we actually keep continuing this, let me read all these other comments that I left up here. Okay, Barry says, I like the idea of an Overwatch pick one of each system because it limits people to putting themselves out of their comfort zone and increasing variety. Not like an alternator for Gen 20 players, that would be retarded, he says.
Well, read it again. I apologize.
Oh no, yeah, I read it a little bit too fast. Okay, he says, I like the idea of an Overwatch pick one of each system because it limits people to putting themselves out of their comfort zone and increasing variety. Not like an alternator for Gen 20 players, that would be retarded, he says.
Alright. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Alrighty.
Especially since the Titans already in Titanfall 2 are basically a class-based system.
Yeah.
It already passed the formula to be like a pick, you know, only up to 2 of each kind of system.
That guy sucked. And then we got him. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, real quick. Let me just try to get these out of the way before you actually keep going.
That's alright, man.
But okay, we got him as well as talking to Mitch about. So Barry says, Mitch, that would defeat the whole point of Titanfall, more, you know, relax and stuff. So he says, Mitch, that would defeat the whole point of Titanfall as a game, and unless they added it into its own playlist like live fire maps, it would incentive people to quit whenever the map came out. Incentivize. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I'm reading it like fast. In the rotation, he says. And then Mitch says that's kind of what I meant.
I apologize, but is that on the argument of the movement?
Yeah, of it being more, you know, like I said, boots on the ground type thing.
Are they agreed or disagreeing?
Barry's disagreeing there. He's saying it's not the point of the game. It's making it less, you know, what it's mainly supposed to be about: movement, speed, type thing.
If I'm exactly. Right. That's why I would want, you know, these movement-based type maps. I also like Glitch and less like Crash Site. And I'm not saying that there can't be maps like that, but others on a map like Crash Site can struggle because there's all the rocks all over the place, and if they're just walking on the ground, it's probably not very fun for them.
Yeah, I'm lagging like crazy too, by the way. But okay, we got that, and then Barry says, let's talk about Trash Site and if it is revamped into TF3. They said yes, please. Lol. Alrighty.
Oh my gosh, I'm lagging really bad.
Probably not. I don't see this map being in Titanfall 3, personally.
Oof.
In fact, I actually don't see most of Titanfall 2 maps being Titanfall 3.
Zach, I'll end in like
if they were going to do the remastered
routes,
they would probably only bring back you know, the supposedly best maps from the second game.
Yeah, most
only bring
favorited,
back a couple.
like in the first one. Most favorited maps.
Yeah, like do a poll on it or something, you know.
Yeah. Oh wow.
That's what I would theorize.
My connection is getting bad. It's saying that it might end the stream. Oof. Is this what happened to you earlier, Ethan? Is that why your stream shut down and you did another one?
Yeah, it's...
Oh my gosh, PlayStation, please don't do this to me. Alrighty, well, hopefully, let me just stand still for a couple minutes and let's try to get this. Let's try to get these conversations out of the way. Alrighty, and it says, what will happen to this game when its big brother comes out? What do you mean? Like, will it die? Titanfall 3 he's talking about. So, are you talking about will it die?
Okay.
Will nobody really... Will it keep going? Or?
Well, I think it'll
be fine.
I mean, the point about that is that's usually what happens to any game, you know, after its successor comes out.
Yeah.
You know,
like
how
TF1.
How many people play Titanfall 1 now that Titanfall 2's out? It shouldn't really be the matter of how many people are still going to be playing Titanfall 2 when Titanfall 3 comes out, because that's not the concern anymore, especially for a business perspective.
Yeah.
For like one thing that's really irked me about a game like Black Ops 3 is that they've added like all this new DLC stuff in so late into the life cycle that I don't feel like it matters anymore, and I feel like they're wasting resources. So instead of focusing on instead of focusing on Black Ops 4, they are adding stuff still into Black Ops 3 2 years after the game came out. Actually 3, basically, which is absurd to me.
Oh yeah, Barry.
That's the kind of stuff that irks me.
Barry was looking for opinions and answers.
So,
yes. Well, hold on. Here, let me stop real quick. Anybody who's watching or anything, just feel free to say an idea or something. Nothing's dumb. We're just all discussing what we think is nice and what should be implemented.
Yeah, all opinion based.
Yeah. All right, but keep going. My bad if I cut you off.
Oh, it's all right. Yeah.
Oh shoot.
It's just stuff like that. Like, I feel like once the successor tier games come out, yeah, the last game's life cycle isn't really relevant anymore. Now, it's not like they're gonna just go ahead and like shut down the servers or something. That's kind of ridiculous. But it shouldn't matter whether the game is like still gonna be played when Titanfall 3 is out. Nothing will happen. In fact, if I'm being honest, nothing will happen to Titanfall 2 after Titanfall 3 comes out. Titanfall 2 will just be Titanfall 2 would just be Titanfall 2. In all honesty, it won't be any different it won't be any different than it was before. Nothing would have changed because Titanfall 2's life cycle is already over at this point in time. So they have no reason to keep it going. No.
Oof, I died from that.
And so it is kind of an odd statement to say what happens to Titanfall 2 after Titanfall 3, because what happens to Titanfall 2 is that just nothing happens. I mean, if I'm being honest, 'cause the focus is Titanfall 3 at that rate. If you're focusing so much on past, it doesn't. You're probably
affects
not
your future type thing.
Game. The example I brought up was, you know, Black Ops 4. You know how they're still doing stuff with Black Ops 3. I think that's simply ridiculous.
The game's done. I think you should just leave it.
The game has been done for a while.
Yeah. If they were gonna do something like this, they should have added it before, you know, thinking about other stuff.
I got shot out of the air. I was coming in, all of a sudden, I can't know.
Yeah, holy cow, we're actually getting some really good questions here and good ideas. Like, I like these type of streams, to be honest, if I'm being really honest. Open ideas to different things. I really like that.
Yeah, I love joining those streams. And, like,
I am quite a... Yeah, I've kind of taken over it, to be honest, because I am quite a fierce debater, and you know, I'm like, and I come from you know, a high class literature background, so
yeah,
I tried my best to be very articulate, and even if maybe you don't disagree with, or maybe you don't agree with me, you know, I try to, you know, get my point across and express my opinions. Oh.
Come here, you Titan.
Like, I, for example, I know Bearcat's probably not the most happy with me because of kind of what I've said so far. So something I kind of want to express honestly, personally, is that I actually don't want Titanfall 3 to be a super competitive game. I think maybe what I've been saying has kind of made people think that.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be this overly competitive, crazy game. Because at that rate, I don't feel like that's what Titanfall should be. That kind of
feel like a fun game to play.
It should just be a
friends.
fun, pretty casual game. I think a lot of people are mistaking it to be this
super competitive
crazy,
because of
because
of the movement. People mistake it because of the movement and the way people will see. They feel
I only
defeated.
want the movement to determine the skill of the player, not necessarily how competitive it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to determine that, then
Alrighty, okay, here we go. Barry
I'm
says.
a lot.
Barry says, I was just concerned about how TF1 was a success and TF2 was not successful in the long run, as much as a few players still do love the game. Well, that is one thing we can talk about.
I wouldn't say TF1 was a success exactly. It sold around 10 million copies, roughly, but a lot of that is very inflated numbers, and it looks really good on paper, but you have to look at it from a higher perspective. Titanfall was one of the first games to come out on the Xbox One. It was kind of their premier game, for the console when it first came out. So it does appear like, a lot of sales, but a lot of those sales probably came from people buying the Titanfall Xbox One bundle.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, kind of like with Uncharted, with PlayStation. Like, I bet a lot of those Uncharted sales, did people actually ever play the damn game?
Not really.
Not saying it's a bad game, it's just that those people bought it because it was in a bundle, and the bundles tend to be cheaper. That's really just about it.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you now, I didn't play it.
Well, we can also say that the reason why Titanfall 2 wasn't as successful was because the date was key of how it came out between...
release date is key.
Yeah, how it came out between Call of Duty and Battlefield. So that was one thing they didn't think about. They just literally released it between those days.
Another thing is, I do feel like a lot of people throw out the date as that's the only reason why. There's many other reasons why. It wasn't just the date of why Titanfall 2 didn't do as well as it should have.
Well, I'm just saying, it's the main type thing, almost type.
I get you. It's just, there's a lot of other factors. There's the competition. There's the lack of advertising and marketing.
We got 10 likes for just talking about this.
The most notable part of the marketing from Titanfall 2, from what I remember before the game came out, was Buffalo motherfucking Wild Wings.
Oh yeah,
That's where I remember.
And Monster was a big promotion.
And Monster Energy.
Yeah,
that was it. I think I might have seen that at Target a little bit. But there was.
I seen it.
But if I was a regular consumer, maybe a father gonna get his 9-year-old kid the next Call of Duty game, I wouldn't know what in the hell Titanfall 2 is.
Unless I didn't see it.
There was no indication whatsoever of what that game was. Because
funny.
Call of Duty, posters everywhere, this and that, commercials, trailers, like that.
It seems like
all
the good
over
games.
the place.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something here. It seems like the good games, most of them don't get advertised a lot. There's not a lot of advertising.
That is one. Yeah, exactly.
That is
actually.
true. But Titanfall is a game that deserves more attention, so I do want it to be advertised more. But yes, I get what you're saying, because a lot of those underrated games just don't have the marketing behind
because they spend all their money making a good game.
Yeah, it's really expensive to have one ad.
Call of Duty probably spends half its fucking budget on marketing.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got Barry saying.
It's cool trailer.
Budget and like $2 on the actual game itself.
Oh, we got Barry saying, meme stuff, I'm glad to hear you and other people in the stream debate their ideas and open mind. Yeah, Titanfall 2, he says, Titanfall 2 feels like an arcade game. I've heard people say the game feels too fast, and I quote, "It is good."
Lol.
So,
feels too fast.
I got shot in the face.
Well,
I know that's not from you, Bearcat, but that's interesting.
Yeah, that's what
but
I mean.
Can see how someone could say that. For example, I know why 70 FOV is the default. While it doesn't look good for a lot of us, like a lot of us probably think it's like, ew.
I know. I don't like it anymore.
I don't like how it looks. But it is there for a reason, and that's because of you know, sick. Not. Well, I'm trying to think of what the word is, but motion sickness. That's it.
Yeah.
Like whenever you
And
get out of
that's
VR.
why that's there. And I think a way to I think they did try to, you know, not make it look too fast, because when you do play in 110, you look a lot faster than you do in like 70.
Yeah, I play on max. FOV.
So FOV is one of the ways they did try to reduce this whole like, oh, it's too fast kind of thing.
Well, I mean,
I just keep it the same.
they're
But at the
making
same
it.
time, maybe it's because they also have seen players that are super quick and agile, and maybe moves that they cannot do, and it kind of maybe frustrates them.
Yeah.
And just it adds an interesting aspect. I feel like the movement should be the sole competitiveness about this game.
Let me just say real quick, but like probably later on today, I'm gonna probably rewatch this and just like hear what we actually have been saying, because it's very interesting just hearing the ideas once more, and then you can just think about greater ideas. You know what I mean?
Oh, male. Okay.
I mean, it sounds really cool. Like I said, I love these type of things. I love talking about these
Goes
type of
back
things.
and watches. This Ethan guy is fucking gay.
You know what? I'm gonna
His
comment on one of his
ideas are
videos.
trash. He is gay.
Alright, I'm gonna say something.
Alright.
The
Go ahead.
grappling hook makes me feel like Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yes.
Tacticals,
The
like I
addition of the
said.
grappling hook in Titanfall 2, along with a couple of other abilities, was much needed. And it has added an aspect to the game that has made me really enjoy the game more. They buffed Stim, if you remember.
Yeah, I do.
I have not used
Stim
it.
Pilot is a lot better than it was in the first game.
Oh yeah, it was really slow to
They
me.
added, they changed
Megan.
Pulse Hack to
What the-
which actually I think is a lot cooler, because Pulse Blade,
Yeah.
you know, you got the throwing knife, except it's
Yeah.
not an ordnate. You know, it's something you only use like once every like 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I
And
used to use it.
you can throw it on walls, you know, it detects enemies, that kind of thing. And Grapple added a new aspect to movement, you know. People found out that you could kind of slingshot with it, like Spider-Man, and it's
Yeah, that's
added
what I've
a
been
lot of
doing.
depth to the game, not just getting up to slightly higher places.
Oh yeah. But hold on, before we move on to it and we keep talking about the tacticals and stuff, Barry had to say was, we as an audience are very small. I don't know a lot of people. I don't know a lot of people who like this extreme version of jetpacking. Yeah, to be honest, not a whole lot of people like the advanced movement. Like he says here, the whole jetpacks thing in COD games that have advanced movement. Like when it first came out, like Advanced Warfare. Not many people like the idea of fast-paced movement games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I something I would fiercely debate on that fact, as we fuck up this Titan's life. Something I would fiercely debate about that is these advanced movement shooters, you know, with the advanced movement, the slide, the wall run and stuff, they're fairly new. They haven't been around for too long. They really came around 2014. It's really
Yeah.
Yeah, like, they're just not coming around.
And it's now 2018. It's only been like a good 4 years. I think it takes a while for people to, you know, etch into the stuff, you know. And while it might not be maybe super liked right now, I think Call of Duty also had something to do with it, because the game kind of went in a bad route.
Yeah.
You know, you also have to kind of remember
I'm
that
lagging like crazy again.
this aspect of shooters is fairly new, with having all sorts of advanced movement. Fairly new concept, very new fruition. And I can
really
see
don't
why
wanna
people
get
don't like it. You know, it might be a little bit too frenetic, might be a little bit too fast paced. And a game, I don't think every game is meant for everyone. Honestly, I mean, I think that's the most Captain Obvious statement I've made today. But,
Most
there's
Captain
certain
Obvious thing.
games you should-
but not every game is made for everyone. You know.
No, yeah, that's the
That,
thing.
that includes shooters.
Not everybody likes
I'm gonna-
FPS games. Not everybody would like a fast movement game. You know, we're all different here, right? So
Yeah, I'm gonna be entirely honest. I didn't think I was gonna like this game before. I thought I was only
Neither
gonna
did
like
I.
the story.
Right,
Honestly.
that's no, like me too. I was like, I
then-
looked at it, I saw trailers and stuff. I was like, all right, the first game was
looks
pretty
okay.
cool,
Alright, well,
and then I look at this,
I
I'm
like
like, so hopefully this will be a little better. I get to know the maneuvering system, and bam, here I am, loving the game, loving the story. Campaign is what actually pulled me into multiplayer.
Amazing.
Hmm
Yep. Because I was like, man, it's good in campaign. I wonder what it's like in multiplayer.
Yeah, you join
on
multiplayer, and
my
you're like,
last
wow, like,
Yeah.
and you're amazed of how what they did with multiplayer and what they did with
Speaking of
campaign.
multiplayer.
So that's what I was amazed
Sorry,
about.
I'm up here. So speaking of multiplayer, well, I like what they did. You don't have to have PlayStation Plus. You don't have to pay to play with other people.
Mm,
Which that's
I
something
get
that
you.
PS3 did right.
yeah.
Which then they had to compete with Xbox.
That's not
and
something
all
that Titanfall can exactly fix, though.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
'Cause
Damn.
that's not Titanfall's fault. That's Sony wanting to be money hungry.
More than any true.
Barry says, kill the monarch, cough, cough. Back to discussion.
Kill the monarch.
Oof, speaking of monarch, I got a scorch on me, my boys. And I got a monarch on me again. What the? Ouch.
My mic just did a thing that was like, hi.
Hop on that horse. I
I'm gonna
said,
pay him
hop
a
on that
nice
horse.
Up close and personal
Alright,
visit.
killed the Monarch for Bearcat.
We did it, Barry. Dude, I'm lagging like crazy. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know if I'm playing on a different server right now or what the heck's happening. But whatever.
Signal jammed. Oh, there we go. Signal jammed again. Are you serious? And map hack. Jeez.
Your mum ugly. Bam.
Alrighty.
Oh my. Alright.
Yeah, come on.
Barry
You
says
know
gaming as a whole is not for everyone, you know? Yes, exactly what we
Yeah,
said.
exactly. So, when I talk about wanting Titanfall to appeal to a larger audience, I mean that in the sense of I want Titanfall's player base to grow, not necessarily that it actually needs
Ow.
to be for everyone, because a game should never be for everyone. That's
Yeah.
I think that's a mistake that games have made in the past. They've
try and
tried
make
to
it
be for everyone.
But they can't be.
for
Not,
everyone.
not every game will satisfy the consumer, basically, you know, the buyers.
Yeah,
So-
there will never be a good
Yeah,
enough
there's always gonna be that one guy or that whole
Or
bunch
multiple
of people
types
that
of
are
people
gonna
to be mad or some sort. You know, everybody has their thing, opinions.
Exactly.
Exactly. No one can have the same opinion. I mean, you can have
Just
the same opinion,
because
but
IGN says a game's 10 out of 10 doesn't mean we actually will think it's 10 out of 10.
Yes.
yeah. I
Those
mean,
are
look
those are
at all the
critics. That's why we
movies.
have critics.
Look at the commercials for movies. Number one movie in America. Number one movie in America. Number one movie.
Yeah,
in
you've been hearing that
America. It's
around the
like,
world.
Well,
but
when
yeah-
you watch it, maybe you don't think it's the number one movie.
Yeah,
And
like
that's
them-
fine.
Like I'm gonna put out a movie. Let's say the Emoji Movie. It was a 10 out of 10
Oh,
apparently in the movie. Is from what they've
that
been
was a
saying.
crap movie.
People watch it. No, to be honest, nobody liked it. If I'm being like completely honest, nobody liked the Emoji Movie. They thought it was really
I don't
bad.
really think anyone actually.
I absolutely hated it.
I never
not
went to
good.
watch it, so.
Just the reviews I read about.
I
man,
was
it was
kind
like-
of forced to watch it.
He says, "What about the pilot tactical?" Oh, back to that again. Grenades, arc,
Yes.
etc. What do you think? Should we have the same abilities
Wait, is he talking
now?
about, wait, when he says art, does he mean?
He's talking about
ordnance?
yeah, he's talking about ordinances and other stuff, as well as our tactical abilities.
Kind of cool.
So
Like
okay,
tactical.
let's talk about pilots first before we talk about what should we have for ordinances, grenades, etc. So it's okay. Say pilots. Same pilots you guys want to see? Space shift, grapple, hollow,
Contract.
anything, or would you guys like to see new stuff?
I want them to definitely keep all. I definitely want, and this is with kind of the class base again. I want them to keep every Titan in every tactical from second game that they've basically added, but I also want them to expand upon it further.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
He says me. Oh. Then go
I've
up.
heard a lot. I've heard a lot of the Titanfall 1 fanboys, or no, I want to call them fanboys, but people that like Titanfall 1 better. A lot of them have said stuff like Titanfall 2 is too different. It's a common complaint I've heard. Like it varies too much from the first one. But the thing is about that is I highly disagree with that statement because aren't all these games supposed to be highly different? If we're being all
Yeah.
honest. because a
Every game's supposed to
sequel
be
is
different.
never a sequel shouldn't
Yeah.
be
It's
the 1.5.
It's improvement to
That was
the
cool execution,
original, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it should be. And Titanfall 2 in its defense has been a fairly different game than
Mm-hmm.
the first one, and I appreciate that. So complaining that it's different is kind of
Insane.
redundant.
Yeah.
Kind of pointless.
To be
Yeah,
honest,
because a sequel is supposed to be different.
like movies, like we said.
If you, in fact, if you keep on saying Titanfall 1 is better, just play Titanfall 1. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Don't bring it here.
Like-
We don't really care. Just wonderful.
If you don't like Titanfall 2 as much, just play Titanfall 1. I mean,
Like we said, opinions.
You know, like
Everybody has
Titanfall
their
1.
opinion. So
it's not exactly something else. Not like I'm gonna stop. you
already
from
named.
doing
Thanks for
that.
joining us, though. By the way, dude. See you later. That was awesome. Ugh. Alrighty.
So
But
going off of that
Mango.
topic,
Yeah, what's up?
Mango. I saw that execution. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks.
going off
He,
of
like,
that
poked
topic,
his
there
face.
are other smaller subjects that I would like to
I'm
reach
alone
on.
in my ship.
Okay, what would you like?
All
Hold on. Before we actually go on, Ethan, let's talk about boosts
go ahead.
and ordinances. What do you like? Should we keep? What should we do with grenades? What should we do with fire stars, arc rounds, etc., as well as boost? Smart pistol. There we go. I spit
I'm
a little
already
bit.
dead. Holy crap!
What should we do on that point?
That semi-automatic rifle.
I like what the ordnance are right now.
Mhm.
There are a couple of minor changes I would personally like to implement.
Yeah.
I would want it to be implemented into the game, at least
Nice.
for ordnance wise.
Got it.
I think cooking frags has been quite a big
Problematic?
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite
Yeah.
problematic for a long time. Cooking frags is too easy. You know, it's not hard. It's not easy. It's hard to stop. There's no really good way of stopping it. You can't you can kill the guy that's cooking it, but they might just throw it down at your feet and then you die. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or just kamikaze bombers.
Yeah,
I love doing
exactly.
those sometimes. Whenever I'm bored, I just do that.
Another
Kinda
thing
funny.
would be is that beside the frags, you know, having that cook, you know, be able to cook them. You
Yeah.
know, the ordinances for the most part are pretty okay. You know, I don't really have too big of a problem with them.
I
Honestly,
think they did a really good job on this game.
I don't
Yeah.
really. None of them are too egregious to me, if I'm being
Mhm.
honest. And I definitely would want to see a couple of new grenades. Something that I thought could be interesting to add in the third game is the arc mines from Frontier Defense. And
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna go
those
up
would be
against too.
cool.
Like since we have arc nades, I'm thinking about like
these arc traps, kind
Yeah.
of. They don't work like arc grenades. They only work against, let's say, Titans. Like
Mhm.
they're only used against Titans.
they can't be used against
But
pilots.
they
You know what
slow down. But you put it on the ground as kind of a mine, and it slows down Titans. It's not going to be a permanent, obviously, like the Frontier Defense counterpart, but it can be a, you know, enemy Titan steps on it, stunned for 5 seconds with the arc effect, or something like that. Maybe 5 seconds is probably a little bit
I mean? A
too long,
reboot
but you
type
get-
thing for the Titan, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
A
Maybe
lot of things can happen in, like, a few seconds.
yeah, disable the HUD. You know, kind of like what the arc grenade already does.
Yeah.
Except it's used against Titans. You have one charge of it. Not only does it, like, because I also want to be just exactly like the arc grenade.
Mhm.
So another way I would kind of want it. Another way I kind of want it to be unique is have it be one charge. You know,
So wait,
add
okay,
a
if we're
different
talking about
effect to it.
yeah. But okay, like sorry for interrupting again, but like if you're talking about arc the arc mines, do you think they should be a boost or ordinance? What do you think? Boost, as I mean, like in ticks, you get as many as like
No, I go
Six
to the
things.
boost.
yeah. Do you think they should be like that or different?
Actually, I'm perfectly fine with the arc mines being ordnance.
An
Actually,
ordinance. Ooh, explain a little bit so I can.
if arc mines were ordnance, I would in theory want it to be a one charge ordnance that, you know, that you place on the ground it deals no damage to the Titan, but it slows it down. It disables all of the Titan's abilities for, let's say, like 3.5 seconds or something, which could be a difference. The thing is, though, is that you can't just throw it down and have it instantly be effective. Because, let's say there's like a 5-second delay before the thing actually activates, because I've already kind of thought that it would be kind of stupid if the thing would just instantly activate the moment you threw it down. For being honest.
Because like then it'd be kind of
impressive if they could just
and a big problem if it activates just like that.
And now the question about that would be like, well, the arc grenades, what happens to them? What about this? Arc grenades aren't used against Titans. The arc grenades are solely against pilot style, and then the arc mines are used for Titans.
Yeah. Ooh, these are juicy stuff too, by the way.
So it doesn't make the arc trap so oppressive against both pilots and Titans. Only one of the other.
Alrighty, well, we got 3 comments from Barry. Let me hide real quick so I can read these. Don't like dying. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So Barry says,
I love
what kind of balance should there be between pilot and Titan? Titans exclusive personalities, pilots, anti-Titans, and hashtag save the Volt, he says. That's one of them. And then he says, grenades are not OP in my opinion. The fact is that you are vulnerable while cooking them, and that it is moderately difficult to Kobe the nades. TF2 did a good job at making them useful, but not ridiculous. Their range should be reduced though.
I would agree with everything he's saying about the ordnance beside the frags.
Explain besides the frags. I mean, we already talked about it, yes, but what do you mean? What do you specifically mean?
My elaboration on that is I still am quite adamant that I still believe the frags are a bit too much. Because I do think because I've complained about before on stream, I've said, it's basically hold on to win. And now you make the argument that it's vulnerable while you're cooking them, but at the same time, you are ideally cooking these frag grenades in a very close quarters environment. And so, when this happens, while you might die while you're cooking them, that grenade could drop at their feet and kill them.
Either way,
it has such a large radius. And also, just the fact that you can hold, a nade. And that there's no indicator that nade is there.
Yeah.
Also, it's another thing we have to remember. This isn't because when you're cooking nades, the sole reason you're doing it is because you're holding it until the final second, right before it blows up, and then you're tossing it out so that the guy won't know what hit him. That's exactly what's going on, and it's almost egregious because it's so cheap and just it's not good for the balance of the game at all.
Yeet. I had to jump out of my Titan.
So I get what you say that it's maybe not so easy to cook nades, but at the same time, it's also not terribly difficult either.
Yeah,
it causes problems for game balance.
I'm just lagging.
In that rant, I just kind of made my point. You know that kill that I got with a grenade? Yeah, that's exactly what I did. To prove a point that it's super easy.
I could probably frags right now and just hold them.
Ow.
Yeah, because I saw a guy, I held it, it did exactly what you said as you were saying it. It was great. And then it blew up.
Yeah, Barry says he's not a fan of the idea of having traps for Titans because that would let me see this, disturb the balance between pilot and Titan.
The companies would make traps.
What do you say? It would make it worse? In what
yeah,
way?
I guess you could say
that the pilots are a bit stronger against Titans.
But Titans are already overpowered and hard to rodeo and take down themselves. I mean, I see what he's saying.
I get what he's saying, yeah. Well, and also one argument I haven't made yet exactly is that I actually do believe that Titan health by itself, not damage or anything like that, but just the standard health of each Titan should go up a little bit, but maybe a bar. That's what I was thinking. That Strider is 4, you know, Atlas is 5, and Ogre is 6. And because the anti-Titan weapon damage is pretty strong, and has caused some really annoying, just some really annoying situations.
To a certain extent.
Behind you. He was using Walmart grade camo. Didn't work.
I can't play today, bro. Oof. I'm like dying a lot. I'm like going crazy everywhere. Alrighty, but he says, I mean, the ordnance should not be exclusive to either pilot or Titan. Like the Arc, it is annoying to face, but it's nice to have when facing a Titan.
Okay.
Oh man, sorry for the fan in the background.
So what is he saying then? Because he said it's nice to have against Titans, but what about pilots? Like it's annoying to get hit by it.
Yeah. Basically, what he's saying is that it's annoying when you get hit by it as a pilot than as a Titan, because you have more life and stuff. And except for a pilot, you die. If you get stuck by one, you're basically dead.
Yeah.
If you want to look at it in that
I guess so.
Be gone, boy.
Okay, can I not get melee in the back? Oh,
Dang it. That G2. I absolutely love that weapon. It's so fun to use.
Oh no.
I love semi-automatic weapons. Because I have a fast trigger finger.
Oh
That's
yeah.
why I like that 2016 pistol, the P26.
Yeah, the P26.
Dude, if you can like let it rip with that gun, you can let it rip. Like, holy cow, when you spray. If you ever like have a fast trigger finger, you just let go. Nobody can be in your way.
I also like fully automatic pistols. I just love pistols. I don't know why. Yeah.
He says it's a stun. I'm not a fan of getting hit by stuns, but I don't think they should
with the pistol.
Nerd it into the ground. You mean nerf it, not nerd it?
Oh.
That seems quite contradictory in my eyes.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's saying he doesn't want them to be nerfed, yet he doesn't like being stunned. I don't mean to just bash his or anything, but I mean it just seems like, I'm not saying nerf them so much. I'm saying more of make them role exclusive. We've already done that with the Titans. I don't see why we can't do it with certain aspects such as ordnance.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to pop out his head. Come on, just give me a little sneak peek. I promise I'll take a picture.
Yeah,
You'll see a large flash. You'll see a flash. You won't see anything else.
Good one.
We won. Let's go, boys. Good game, by the way.
Pop out again, I hear you. Good game.
Oh my god, someone's fucking auto tanks came my way though.
Nice, I just got all the snipers. I have all the snipers now. I know.
Yeah, I've been using the DMR a lot now, too. Here and there.
Yeah, I love the DMR. I love the sound of it. I love the feel of it. It's like the FAL in Black Ops 2 for me.
I probably won't
Good sound, good feel.
talk tonight, Zach, because after this I'm gonna have to go to sleep. Gotta do some stuff. I gotta go to school tomorrow morning. Okay. My bad as well.
Yeah, I gotta go downstairs. I have to eat dinner.
I mean, overall today has been really fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
it is. Yeah,
I do apologize, Chad, if I maybe seemed a bit more unhinged as the night progressed. It was just
In the moment.
not so much in the moment, more of just very adamant about my opinions.
Alright, I will talk to y'all tomorrow.
Alrighty, well, thanks for being with us, Kobe.
Thanks for letting me join.
No problem, man.
See ya.
Thank you. That was nice.
Yep. Oh yeah. Great conversation.
Alright, we'll do one more match, and then we'll see. It's been 2 hours of some solid discussion, but I've got to go. Alrighty, see you, Barry. Thanks for even being here, dude.
See you, dude.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We'll do one more game and then we'll be off for the day. Ooh, very great discussion today. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. I really did enjoy it. The ideas, these ideas of having different things is really, really good. Hey Jonathan, hey man, hey man, hey man. Welcome back.
Wow, we're fighting matches really fast with Hall.
No, I mean we've been having like full lobbies almost. Oh, General and Relic. Wow, the first map we started, the first map we ended.
Maps too, probably.
I know. I don't think we have seen Angel City or anything.
All I've seen is all the maps I've seen so far is like Boomtown, Relic, and
Right.
like
Okay.
the
Well,
last map we just played on.
there you go. Another subject. Map rotation.
Map
Yeah.
rotation, like spawns.
Yeah. No, not really. Let's. No. Okay, not spawns. Let's redo that. Okay, map rotation says. I mean, and we got to get better. We got to get different maps, not the same maps every. 3 games.
Okay. Yeah. There are a good variety of maps in this game, so it does surprise me when I do get the same maps over and over again.
Mhm.
Like, for example, today we've been getting a lot of just the same old, like, Boomtown. Wow, that guy just fucked. Getting a lot of the same maps like Boomtown, Relic,
Yeah.
and it's kind of weird because with the map, with this game having near like 20 maps or something, it seems a bit strange that we keep on ending up on the same exact maps.
Oh yeah. That is kind of crazy. The fact that we're always. Well, I mean, like there are a lot of maps, but yet, I want to play on all of them, not just one single same map for like every 3 games. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
Oh no. Let me use a shotgun this game. I haven't used one. Do I not have a shotgun class? Really? Boy.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm
make
actually
one
pretty tired now.
You tired?
All that
The
talking
baits,
is fucking
yeah.
like hurting
I mean,
my head after a while.
It was really good.
I also feel like after a while it got repetitive, so I've kind of started talking less because after a while your points just get repetitive and you say the same stuff over and over again. So it's kind of pointless to keep on speaking at that rate. I actually, now that you're doing this, I actually kind of am totally cool. I'm actually kind of interested in doing a sort of podcast.
That's what I was gonna tell you too.
We literally, it doesn't even have to be about Titanfall. We just talk about like the world around us. Maybe something that happened today or yesterday or something.
Yeah, I feel like that can be a great idea, to be honest. Like a couple hours of just speaking in general.
It doesn't have to be that long. It'd be like just 2 hours of us like talking about just. It could be politics, sports. It could be Titanfall.
It doesn't have to be Titanfall. Yeah, exactly. It can be.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Titanfall, but just a general kind of podcast. In fact, I'm kind of thinking about doing that maybe once a week at this rate,
Yeah, just today.
I actually already thought the name of it. Wait. Oh, yeah, here we go. Pilots of the Thick Table.
Pilots of the Thick Table podcast number 1. I mean, like, that does sound fun. Or yours can be the Me Malicious.
We don't both need to have one. We could both stream and have the same name for it, and then just put it on.
We could do that. I feel like we should do that. We should make a schedule now. Just speaking of that, that seems very interesting.
I already have a schedule, so I mean, I'm totally fine with adding something to it.
All right. Mine.
It will need to be a day where we're both actually like open. Like for example, what's a day that she can actually?
I'm open like Thursdays, like today, and I'm open every Friday when you stream. Basically, we can do that, or we can do Tuesdays.
I'm not taking the Friday slot, but probably I'd probably say Thursday. Actually.
Yeah, like today, because I mean today we had a lot of time for both of us. Actually,
yeah, I've had plenty of open time today. Thursdays aren't really a day.
A busy day.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, well I guess we could start next week if you want to go.
Oh yeah. Oh, next Thursday, premiering the Pilots of the Thick Table.
Podcast number 1.
I should probably actually rename it at some point, but that's the rough draft one I have right now.
I mean, I'm gonna put this back on Twitter. I'm gonna put it on Discord if they missed it. Like, these are great ideas. I'll even respawn just for this.
Join LMAO.
And then I'll put like a
edit out
timestamp.
some of the dead time and timestamps.
You know, it'd be cool if they like, very interesting. We'll look into this and we'll come back. We'll go back to you guys.
Exactly.
That'd be really cool though.
I'd love to do I've always been interested in doing a sort of sports podcast, even though I'm a gamer, because I am a sports guy.
Oh, I'm like, I mean, I'll talk about it, but I don't really, I'm not really interested anymore as of now. But I mean, we can still do it. We can still do it. I'll just listen, because you know me.
Okay. It's all fucking sad.
I mean, like, I'll get back into it if you want. What do you really do, or watch? Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I watch football, baseball, basketball, three main sports.
Oh my gosh,
I watch
that's a
some
lot.
hockey too, but I'm not gonna force the hands.
Okay, that's
So
a lot I gotta watch.
I'll
but
probably
I got
say
it.
the first three I listed, like football, basketball,
Alright.
baseball. Those are all three subjects I know a lot about that I can not make myself look stupid. Because even hockey, I'm not very good at in terms of like, knowing everything.
Dude, why is there so many people down there?
For example, NBA playoffs are going on right now. I would love to be able to talk about that.
Yeah.
Talk about the NFL offseason. So moves. I'm an analytics guy. I'd love to be able to do something like that, even though I'm a gaming channel. On the side.
Our ideas are not half bad.
Yeah.
Bam. There we go. Ooh, that was a long 2-hour conversation.
Yeah, very long.
Well, like I said, we did go deep into some really good stuff. Nothing out of the ordinary, really. We we had lots of people join in. It was really
I also
good.
felt like the conversations were mostly positive, pretty friendly.
Yeah.
I got a bit, I'm not gonna lie, I did get a bit annoyed to the end because I did feel like Barry was going on and on about,
The things we already discussed.
About disagreements. But at the same time, that's not really on him. That's more of me just getting tired after a while. But
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's fine.
so that's not really his fault at all because I actually don't mind him, keep on asking questions. And,
Yeah.
my opinion on things.
Mhm.
But at that rate, I just felt like I was repeating the same stuff when he was, talking, so it just didn't feel good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm glad we had actually a good amount of people ask different things of what should be different,
Also,
Yeah.
if we do a podcast, not only would I like just have the viewers ask us stuff, but I'd also kind of want us to have a set list of questions to answer.
So
in general.
something like already like a list what we should ask or something?
Yeah, a set list.
Alrighty.
Sense.
I can make some. I can write some stuff
That's
down.
something we can do. That's a simple PDF file we can make every week.
Dude, we can literally think of ideas now or something. Like we message each other back and forth.
After
think of
stream
something.
show, what the fuck, bro?
Huh?
No, XD.
You saved me. I almost died. Well, like I said, today was a really good stream. Actually enjoyed it. Even though we're doing on World War II and talking about it, that's pretty funny. We're like some, we're talking about some World War II action here. And then names like, well, this is we're talking about.
I also don't mind doing history stuff.
Oh
also.
yes. We should do that. Like stuff you should know type things. You know what I mean? Educational.
Educational.
Education. So then some of our viewers, like let's say Dark, don't have to be confused. What are they talking about? You know what I mean?
What's the Nuremberg trials?
Yeah.
What's the siege of? What's the siege of Leningrad? I don't know this stuff.
What would be funny is that if we just like, bam, we like, just doing those would just make us. Oh.
I'm not too concerned about that, but
No, I'm not either. I'm just
that
saying.
is
That would be really
no, but if that is a way that I do somehow grow, then I'm good with that. Tether trap.
We grow as a community. Oh man. Oh my. I just come in.
Got him.
Did we just demolish this team?
Yeah, Omeo. There's a Titan down below here.
Coming now. Dun 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 dun. Clogging them off. Cutting them off. Come here, boy.
Wow. That's
Feels bad. Dun 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 dun.
I'm not even gonna lie, if I start doing stuff like that though, I don't even know if I would want to be called Moonstick Gaming. I'd like just say me. Just call myself
Commentary.
Moonstiff. Moonstiff at that rate. If I'm being honest with you. I'd just call myself Moonstiff at that. You know, at that rate, I would just call myself Moonstiff.
Yeah.
Not just because I've actually considered taking off the gaming tag because I don't even know if that's actually something I'm gonna stick with for a long time.
Well, you know my name. I'm just keeping my name. Perfect.
No, Pilot Maker is fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That
Sure,
was.
it's Titanfall, but it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be related to Titanfall.
We can always talk about
That
different
guy
stuff.
is-
He just got wrecked. Holy cow. Oh man, I died. Alright, well that's gonna be it for today. That was actually really fun. Adios, my amigos. I'll see you guys in the next thing.